Today is Sunday, January 21st, 2024. This is my second attempt at a journal entry on YouTube. And I'm going to try to be as real as I can without sharing or oversharing too much, but also letting this be a real video. So what's on my mind lately? So yesterday I went to the library, took two of my kids with me, three of my kids with me to the library. We hung out there for a little while, got some books. I got two books. One I got is called Half Empty by David Rakoff. And then I got this creative lighting book, which just goes through, I'm all about like seeing other people who have gone before me in the areas of photography and videography and what they do. And I really always appreciate, as I would say, someone who's always learning and feels pretty new to the game, that I appreciate when people share like their settings and what they did to capture a moment. I think that's really neat. I would love to someday have something that I've made be in a book like this. That would be really cool. But that's not the purpose of the thing that you make, right? The purpose is to enjoy the process, right? It's not the accolades that come with it. So that's something to keep in mind, if you will. Journal entries, man. I've been driving Uber in my spare time. I've actually been an Uber driver for 8 years. I started driving when I was in Tampa, Florida in like 2016, and drove there, and then started doing it when I came back to St. Louis area. And so I still do that from time to time. So yeah, going on 8 years, I've almost done about 1,000 trips. And that's been a great like little side hustle through the years. I really enjoy it, believe it or not. And it's okay money, but the reason I enjoy it so much is because of the people that you get to meet. Like every time I drive, I meet somebody from here or from somewhere random who has an interesting experience in life and something I learn consistently about new people. So I love driving Uber. It's like a great way to like briefly kind of peer into other people's lives and like what they go through. And so I really appreciate that. It feels like almost like the bartender of the car, you know, like if the idea of being at a bar and like kind of unloading on the person serving you drinks and stuff. So that's been pretty cool. What else? What else? Oh, my grandfather, he passed away like a year ago, and he also was a typewriter fan. And yesterday my son was over at my mother's house cleaning out stuff for her, and they came across his old typewriter, which is actually electric and like kind of newer. But they were like, hey, do you want this typewriter? I said, hey, if it works, hook it up, baby. So I took home this like really heavy, like IBM electric typewriter that I've been playing around with when I haven't really had much time to play around with it. I turned it on and typed like 2 sentences, and it's really interesting to use something like that. It's an interesting, it's such a unnecessary approach to word processing in 2024. So, but a couple videos ago, I talked about my manual typewriter that I have and how I've fallen in love with that and using that as a way to capture ideas and journal. Yeah. Oh, at the library also, I got Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Heart Club Band. Is that how you say it? I always forget how to say the whole Sgt. Pepper's. I got that record and put that on my light phone. I've been listening to that. Trying to think of what else. Been enjoying another thing I've been doing lately. Actually, I haven't talked about this at all, but in my video business, one of the things I do is legal videography. And so I've never done this until like October of last year. So I'm kind of new to that industry, the legal part of it. And it's such an interesting thing as well. Like getting to hear like these intimate stories and moments. And it's such an interesting thing because you go into these usually it's a closed off space with a couple of lawyers and then a witness and then me and a court reporter, and you capture the deposition of a case. And it's a really interesting thing. I don't know if there's another word I can use for it. I can't talk about the deposition. I have to keep it's confidential. I can't talk about what happens. So it's really bizarre. And then you have to like listen to these things and not react to them happening, because someone can't be talking about an injury or something and you'd be going, oh, like you can't be reacting to the thing happening as it's happening. So yeah, legal videography. Interesting thought process. I never thought I'd be doing that, but it's been a lot of fun. I like it. And this week I've got 5 depositions coming up. So that should be interesting. So between Uber and depositions, I've got a lot of work. And then I just brought on another editing client. Like there's a customer of mine that I'm editing their videos for them. It is a white label situation, so I can't talk about who that client is, but basically it's 30 reels a month that I'm doing for them. So that's been interesting as well. So I'm really excited about the potential of that. So that's the work stuff going on. And also last night I hung out with my friends in the Curtains Up Theater Company, which is a local nonprofit theater group that I volunteer with occasionally. And this year they're putting on Joseph and the Amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat. And I'm helping with some of the marketing and content creation for that. And the folks there are just such wonderful people. I got introduced to them back in 2022. 2020? Yeah, 2022. We did School of Rock, the musical. And my son and I were in it. My brother-in-law and his son were in it. Or 2 of his sons were in it. And then it was just a lot of fun. And since then we've grown together, me and that group. And some of those people become some of my closest friends. So I'm really thankful for them. Really just trying to be a better dad, a better husband, trying to learn new ways to communicate. I've learned more and more that I'm more neurodivergent than I was aware of. And really, to be honest with you, that's like been an interesting thing to think about and try to figure out new ways to better communicate with the people around me, to better understand my own self, because like I have a hard time understanding what I'm feeling or feelings in general. Like I don't cry very often. I haven't cried very often in my life, and that's an interesting. There's probably something there. So I want to delve into that further and figure out what that looks like. So that's what I'm thinking about right now today. Yeah. I'll see you tomorrow.